Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Happy birthday to you. Y'all, come on in, and it just come on in, drink your little coffee for a moment. I haven't had my coffee yet, but I want to come on early because I'm gonna come on again later. Y'all, now look, y'all, I'm gonna react on why it took 5 long hours to close Diddy case, argument. Why did it take so long? Y'all, this is allegedly from coming from me. Criticism and commenting, educating purposes as well. Is its own. But I want to get into. I have a question to ask, and if I can get some kind of legal advice about this case, that the question that I have before why before we watch this video and before I get my reaction is, I see I see two things happening in this case, and with the law it's tricky. So it I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, now I'm not okay. I think okay. First of all, I want to ask this question to the law people out here. The law kind of did, the government kind of did something, not the government, the FBI, yeah, the government did some, feds did something tricky. They did something, I think it was a punishment uh, to Diddy. I'm saying this is just my opinion. I think it was a punishment towards Diddy. And the reason why I say that is because Cassie and a couple other people sued him. Okay, he had a lot of lawsuits, especially the people who was in the case allegedly had a lawsuit against him. Okay, so Cassie, it seemed like to me that the government, the feds, what the Fed did was, and I'm not taking up for P Diddy. What the feds did to me is modified the whole lawsuit, that the people that they brought to court as witness, the prosecutor brought to court as witness, are the same people who sued Diddy to hush hush mouth. So what the feds did to me, for listening to the case and following the case and knowing Diddy case, knowing Diddy from being a bad boy back in the days, I, the Rico was clearly uh, presented. The, the the Rico was definitely, the prosecution did an awesome job in proving this situation. Everything from Kid Cudi, everyone. But my thing is, they took the lawsuit that was against him. The government turned it into a RICO. They sued that man. I ain't on his side. I'm just saying fair, y'all. Fair is fair. Fair is fair. And I ain't complaining. I'm just saying uh, it could be your situation. I'm saying that I don't think that the Fed should be able to take Diddy lawsuit and turn it into a The lawsuit against Diddy had turned into a Rico. That's the only thing I saw in this trial. But that the Rico, y'all sued this man. Y'all sued Diddy. And you're still trying to sue Diddy. Then you turn him into a Rico. Then you turn the lawsuit into a Rico case. Y'all better pay attention to what's going on. Y'all better pay attention to what's going on. I don't care nothing about Diddy. I tell you what, if you were gonna sue me, if you were gonna take me to court, not her taking to court, it was the feds taking to court. Y'all tricked this man. It's crazy. It's like I'm about to put you in a timeout. I'm about to put you in timeout. Okay. And then we're gonna leave it like that. Why did it take 5 hours of closing argument to take this man down? Why did it take that something that already been sued into a Rico? Why did the Fed what is it that Diddy done to the feds to make the feds come after him? That's what I'm saying. Who is something else? I don't care nothing about this, but it's something else behind Diddy case. Let's look at this video. And so if you're into the law, please tell me and make me understand that. Is that, can you do that? Can you take, I already been sued. I don't gave these people my money to go on by your business. Then you turn around as the government, then you sue, then you take from me and then lock me up. Allegedly, because he haven't been locked up. But I can see that the prosecution has rest their case. They did what they supposed to do. I think that the prosecution did an awesome job. They did prove a RICO from something already been sued, from a person who already been sued. Double jeopardy. Double jeopardy here. Can anybody who into law, can you really tell me, can they really do that? Take my case, take my lawsuit. That these same people that got on the stage, I already been sued. Then you put a RICO, all of it is a RICO. If you them, I gave them women hush up I'm gonna say medicine. Let's say that I gave them women hush up. I gave these people who in the case hush up medicine. Now y'all suing me. Now y'all put me in jail. Think about it, y'all. Okay.
Recap of the Sean Diddy Combs trial, and we are now in the closing arguments phase. So much has happened over 6 weeks of testimony, 34 witnesses. It all comes down to this: the lasting impression from the attorneys, both from the prosecution and from the defense. Darla Miles with a recap of what happened today.
A lengthy slide presentation with a picture of Sean Combs and the heading, "The defendant led the Combs enterprise," set off the beginning of more than 5 hours of closing arguments Thursday. Federal prosecutors tying together 7 weeks of testimony, trying to help the jury understand the legal basis for the 5-count indictment against the 55-year-old music mogul. Assistant U.S. Attorney Christy Slavic telling the court, "The law recognizes that when someone commits a crime as a part of a group, what the law calls an enterprise, they're more powerful and more dangerous, and that's what happened here." That group, according to Slavic, is this inner circle of top lieutenants, including his chief of staff, Christina Koron, mentioned in testimony more than 300 times, but never taking the stand. The presentation also featuring a dozen other Combs employees, who Slavic called a small army of personal staff to feed his desires, facilitating sexual encounters with male escorts, and buying drugs Combs provided to Cassie and the next girlfriend in order to stay awake for days on end for the sessions filled with baby oil, sexy clothing, and red lighting. Slavic telling jurors it's his kingdom. Everyone was there to serve him. Now, defense attorneys are expected to present their closing arguments tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And by tomorrow afternoon, the judge expects to charge the jury.
And now we wait to see what happens next. For
I said, okay, y'all. I'm not, I just want this case. This some tricky stuff. This some tricky stuff happening. This right here. This it came from right here. She don't sue him. She don't got his money, and then she don't took him down. Feds took him down. Yes, they proved a Rico, but this Rico wasn't like I thought it was going to be. This Rico wasn't like I thought it was going to be. And by the way, even though uh, him and Kid Cudi after burning the car, they didn't prove that Diddy did that. They didn't prove it. And Kitty said he didn't believe Diddy did it. After first he thought Diddy did it, but then he said he talked to Diddy, and he accepted Diddy. Diddy told him he didn't do it, so he said no, Diddy didn't do it. So how can you change somebody's testimony to be what you wanted to be? That because you don't like a person, it can this the same thing happened to in this case right here, y'all can happen to y'all. Of course, he and Cassie. I don't understand how you gonna. Okay, somebody need to reverse this stuff that was happening. Cassie was in on it with Diddy. All these folk was in on it with Diddy, but they take the masterpiece down because that's who they went after. So I think that the feds did a good job of getting going at Diddy, but what made them go to Diddy? What made something is in my way to tell me that something else is going on with this case. Something else, y'all. Something is going on to make us get here. Something is going on. When Diddy made that mistake dealing with them people, when he made that mistake dealing with them people, that's what got him in trouble. That alcohol folk. When you don't went to the highest and you disrespect them, I think that's what this is. I don't think that this is about Cassie and Diddy. But this is what y'all turned to Rico in. She had 11 years to get out of what she in. She could have got out. She got out of it then. She stayed in it like most women would. That money good. Most people took the stand, played the game with him. It was more like a pimp. It was more like him being a pimp. So y'all do that every day. It's going on right now. What is the why? I had to stop looking at the case because I was disappointed in the Rico. I was disappointed in the Rico. Diddy been doing this a long time. Diddy is a bad boy. He told y'all he's a bad boy for life. But I mean, did he run an enterprise? True. Yeah, he did. Did I want to be in the enterprise? No. Did I like the money? Yes. Did I stay in it for the money? Yes. Did I burn the car? Y'all figure that out. But we already shook hands and said that I didn't. Money talk bull blank. Wow. Why are we here? Is it somebody doing this to take this man out or take him down some kind of way? Because I'm going to be honest with you. His enterprise is still working. But they're not doing it the way y'all think they doing it. They're not doing it like they did it back in 2007 and 2015 and stuff like that. You still got people staying and running his enterprise. Y'all didn't take down the enterprise because y'all didn't take down nobody in the Rico. Where's the Rico? Where's the other part of the Rico, y'all? Come on, feds. Where is the other part of the Rico? It got to be more than this. Stevie J sitting there smoking cigars. Everybody shutting their mouth up, drinking and have a good time to continue the enterprise. If we were gonna take Diddy to court, why did we have to use somebody said that they said, well, we're gonna take your behind down some kind of way because you can be stopped, won't stop, be stopped, whatever he be saying, whatever Diddy be saying, Can't stop, won't stop, be stopped. Something he be saying. Diddy, you can be stopped. Because you got to remember how you got in it. Who helped you get in it? Diddy is programmed, y'all. Diddy is programmed. You can tell it. You know he is. He was programmed by the substances and the thing that made him do that. That's two sides. They lock in. They're going. I think the of course prosecutors rest their case. Of course, it was racketeering, influence, all of that, all that. It was all. It was all of that. You proved your Rico, but it was dirty how y'all proved y'all Rico. Oh, it was dirty because these people already sued this man. Y'all want to see? I know I ain't. He's not my favorite at all. But y'all want to see this man down. I want to see him arrested for other things inside of the RICO that y'all didn't go into. I want y'all to go grab some of these suckers who are involved in the enterprise and put them in the RICO and let them sit in the courtroom with him. I want y'all to do that. I didn't want y'all to take the RICO and turn it into Cassie. In other words, you're saying that Cassie ran the game with him. Cassie ran the game. Of course she did. She loved Diddy. Of course the other women's in this. They love Diddy. They'll do anything for their master, y'all. That's what they do. How the feds get a Rico on him though? We could have went to a regular court. We could have went to a normal court, but the feds want you, bruh. That because the people that you deal with, it's a lot of people that you deal with is involved in the feds. That's what Diddy got to realize. Big people deal with courts and attorneys and police officers, teachers, and all them good old people like that. The good old boys was involved in your mess that you had in the white party. So they got to take you down and shut you up. They got to get you before they got to get you before you get them. That's why the defense they didn't have nothing to say. These are only just my opinion. This is the only way I see it. I think that we could have went to court for this. Now if I can't beat Diddy this way, I'm gonna get Diddy that way. I'm gonna if they don't prosecute him, if he don't get charged, which the prosecutors did prove to the jury. All of that stuff happened. We been know that happened. We already knew all that. Something that I didn't know, but I thought it was personal. But we know all the Rico. We know it was Rico. When the feds come after you, they proved their case. They proved they did a good job. The defense did a good job to me by not putting a witness on the stand. They did an excellent job. He ain't gonna be charged with everything, y'all. If you I tell you what, then I'm not gonna hold y'all up. I tell you what, if y'all took the people, if the prosecution team took the people that sued Diddy and then became a RICO, that's what happened. Y'all took the people that sued him, government feds, and then y'all turned it into a RICO. Let me ask you this. If you're going to do it that way, the people who sued Diddy and put it into the RICO, I'm surprised Diddy ain't turning around and sued none of y'all. Because some of y'all people who took his money, sued him, took his money, and was involved in the as a witness in the in the Rico should be trial yourself because you part of the Rico. You're a part of the Rico, and then they ain't put you in making you no part of the Rico. So I think that the people, if you're gonna sue Diddy, they're gonna be my last time saying this. The way I see it as a citizen, even though I don't care nothing about this man, I just think fair is fair. If you're gonna sue me, you already sued me. You got your money. You got your hush money. Now, feds come along. Now we got to take this man down. We got he make us sick. He doing this and he doing that. He think he run the government. See, they didn't think he's powerful than the government. You can't get off your high horses. You're not hiding them. That's what they trying to tell Diddy. So if you take this Rico, if this what y'all call it, want a Rico instead of a court case. If you take the Rico, you need to charge everyone that was in on every witness that took this stand need to be charged. It's gonna be hard to understand what I'm saying, y'all, because these people need to be charged. If Fed's gonna do him like that, Fed gonna do him dirty like that after he already done paid them folks off. Once you pay them folks out, it's a hush up thing. But no, they didn't want to end it that way. So what they did was took the witness, they made witnesses out of the people who already sued the man. Y'all ain't seeing that picture. They took the witnesses and made the people he already sued him as witnesses for the Rico that was involved in the Rico, that participated in the Rico, should be tried. I know they testified, but they wasn't tried themselves because they was part of the act. Now, so I just gave y'all the Rico and I gave y'all the act. But now you ain't gonna see it that way. Only thing you're gonna see, yeah, what he did, he kicked Cassie like that. Y'all don't did worse than this to women and men. I don't know how. Like I said, it was proven from the prosecution. Prosecutors, they did a good job of proving a Rico. But the loss, he already sued for that. So to avoid time, the government took over. We gonna take you down, buddy. You still ain't gonna get away since you sued them folks. That ain't fair, y'all. But life ain't fair. Life ain't fair. This your girl, Funny at the Grandmother Leader. I hope y'all understood what I just said. I hope I ain't confused nobody. And this just allegedly to me what I saw as a citizen. Even though I don't care nothing about you, I'd still be fair with you if I have to be a juror on the jury. I'll be fair with you. To be honest with you, I want this man taken down, not only for this Rico right here. This ain't nothing. Y'all use one person, Cassie. Y'all took what Cassie already got paid for and participated in the act under her own wheels because she said she loved that man. Y'all had women took the stand. I love Diddy. I just did it because I love him. You'll do anything for a man that you love because you had plenty of time to get up out of it. So y'all took that. Y'all took Cassie. Y'all took the pimp and his, his other person. And what y'all did was took the pimp and his other person. And what y'all did is want to take a pimp down. That's what y'all do. Y'all trying to take a pimp down. That's what you doing, government. Y'all taking something already been paid to be done. And it happened to lock him up for that. Because y'all tired of looking at him. Y'all tired of hearing him talk. Y'all tired of hearing him making that money because he got an enterprise which is still operating. Because y'all didn't take none of the operators and insert them in the trial. So I don't like what y'all did. I don't like how y'all did. I don't like how y'all did insert any other individuals who are in his can't run an enterprise, even though you took him. Take the army with you. If you don't take the army, then you left the Rico. You left the other part of the Rico out there. And then if you use Cassie, the cat, to take him down, you use what Cassie know. It's bigger than this. It's more than this. Diddy just part of the problem. Y'all ain't even figured out the solution yet because the problem is still going on. The problem is still happening right now. The enterprise is running, but in a smoothly way. It's not the same way that y'all ran it in 2015. Come on now. I ain't never seen nothing like this. I have never seen nothing like this. I never, yes, I never seen nothing like this before in my life where you take somebody already been sued, turn him and his girlfriend problem, situation, and enterprise into a trial, a Rico, a trial. But you still haven't proved some of the things that what happened. They happened. They participated. Yeah, I think y'all seen y'all did some of the stuff y'all did prove. I just don't understand this kind of Rico, y'all. I just didn't understand this kind of Rico. Y'all could have did this some other kind of way. Y'all could have locked him up, feds, but that why it took the Fed to take him down. Y'all better put y'all head together. Why did it take the Feds to take Diddy down? Why? Ask yourself. Because the Fed is working, he is involved with the Feds. See, Diddy don't involve himself with somebody. He don't teased off. This is not about him and Cassie, y'all. They are using him and Cassie example for something that he did do. But no, no, no. That's why it took 5 hours for a closing argument. You know, I just don't understand it. Y'all, yeah, I just don't. I love y'all. I'm out.